some recording limit. Oh my god. Video 2. Alright, so power of attraction, talking about manifesting those dreams that you have. Taking step 1, step 2, step 3. You cannot skip those steps to get to your dreams. You have to do each one simultaneously, and I think that's going hand in hand with 3 of Wands and Hanged Man too. And, with all that going on, definitely take some time out for yourself with the 4 of Swords here. All right. Inner trust. So we already talked about inner trust with this one. I was talking about here about being stabbed in the back for not listening to yourself. Listening to other people and not trusting what you think, and that has led to this situation. So definitely, focusing on inner trust, trusting your instinct, your gut, listening to your intuition during the months of March, April, May, and June. And I think battling with that here, this may not be actually somebody physically stabbing you in the back or mentally, maybe like a friend stabbing you back. It could actually be yourself. You are sabotaging yourself because of issues with inner trust. And, like you and me, we talked about this before about having self-love and stuff like that. And that has a lot to do with having inner trust and being able to trust yourself. It's all kind of in the same boat here. And so I think like you might be battling that during the month of April. But like I said, 10, is the end of a cycle card. And after 10 comes back to the Ace, for new beginnings. And we see a lot of wealth in the month of May. And in June, we see a shining bright star. So this is kind of like the best that's going to get right here. And I think that maybe, like I said, it's like a will. What goes up must come down. And with having like the best card here, you got to come down from that. And so in July, you might be dealing with a lot of stress, like something is weighing over you really heavily, keeping you up at night. Whatever you might be dealing with, Swords, it's air. So whatever you're dealing with mentally here, there's something mentally that is blocking, your sense of intuition, your sense of, your inner, that inner trust kind of, it's being blocked here. So dealing with those mental issues, in July. But after all that's done and taken care of, we have August, and August is the Ace of Swords. It is like a rebirth card, stemming from the 10 of Swords. Like I said, after that comes a new beginning, and here's the new beginning. So, August is going to be a new chapter for you after coming from all these other cards. And then in September, talks about gathering with family and friends, especially for the holidays. Perfect card, like I said. And I already touched base on this. So after the Storm card. So, it was talking about, the owl, is carrying itself out of the storm. From the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, you got the Ace of Swords. So new beginnings, new things, you're coming out of that dark place. And this is going to be after the storm. So I think that's pretty, I don't think I need to read that card really because it pretty much makes sense right there. 4 of Pentacles, kind of connects, with the King of Pentacles. So holding on too tightly to the physical things, focusing too much on physical, tangible money. Just don't stress on money issues. Don't stress on that. If your job's not doing well, if your business isn't doing well, don't let those things get to you, because I feel like that's during the month of October, you're going to. And I think, too, like with the holidays, with December just around the corner here, money is always an issue to be stressed about because, you want to buy gifts for people. And then November, December, a lot of movement into a new chapter in your life. The knights represent two men. Maybe there's going to be two men in your life. I don't know. We won't know until November and December. And then you being the core center of the whole year, really stay true to yourself. Take time out of things for yourself. You're always loved. You're always surrounded by loved ones, friends, and family. Yeah. Even with the downs comes the ups, and from those ashes you will rise with the Eight of Swords. And for the months September, October, November, December, we have Shock of the New, which is card 6, and I'm going to read that for you right now. What wild, unconventional voice is calling to you? Can you hear it? It is so different and so unusual. It might be hard to decipher, like hearing an unfamiliar language for the first time. It might be hard to discern with great clarity now, but there is an affinity between you and the strangely beautiful newness seeking to manifest. This oracle says there is a stirring at the deepest level within you. Something new will break through, and the process of this birth may be a shock to you. The shock will transform into great joy and a sense of tremendous liberation, but you must bear the strangeness first. That strangeness might be something that rattles your beliefs about yourself and your world, daring you to become more of yourself, more open to where life is leading you, and more willing to be the unique sacred art being crafted by the hand of the universal creator. Nature never shies away from strange beauty. She allows for endless diversity, and her sacred works are often peculiar and stunning. You live within her field of creative grace as a specially created work that also creates. You are being asked to surrender any fear you may have of being seen as exotic, unusual, eccentric, or bizarre. You are being asked to make peace with strange beauty and to let it happen through you in creative flow. Perhaps you need to allow your conventional ideas of beauty to become even more inspired and open. Perhaps you can allow your need for the world to behave according to your fixed ideas to fall away. You will receive so much more in its place. This oracle comes with a special message for you. There are rumblings and stirrings of the creative life force life happening now, deep in the undercurrents of your being. If you are very attuned or sensitive, you may have consciously felt this already, with excitement, discomfort, or both. If you have not yet sensed these inner stirrings, they are happening all the same. So be on the lookout for the big shift of new birth, the shock of the new, the unconventional, the strangely beautiful, and the disturbing liberation of that which is foreign stepping into your life. This is life creating the stage upon which you will experience greater fulfillment. Don't be nervous if the rumble of change turns into a mighty roar that rocks boats, bursts forth with novel ideas, and changes things in ways that is out of your control. This is life happening. Free fall into it. The oracle of the shock of the new comes to you saying, the old way is on its way out. You're being invited, dragged, nurtured, and coerced into the new. You can handle it. This oracle brings you guidance. You're about to encounter something new and different in your life. This is helpful. Don't reject it, no matter how small or insignificant or powerful and life-changing it may seem to be. You are being asked to dispense with your reliance on the past and what you have been told, or what you have been, you're told. Oh my God, you are being asked to dispense with your reliance on the past and what have been your tools to navigate life. You have outgrown your old methods. You will have to fly by the seat of your pants, so to speak. As you experiment with new ways to be, life will show you the way. All right, so shock of the new has to do with the months of November and December. So definitely coming into something new, fast, rapid movement. It might be scary at first, like the Knight of Pentacles was saying, being aware and observant and taking your time with, like making this new change and stuff, this new challenge. And then December rolls in, and you're like, oh, what the heck, let's just do it. So I feel like November you're going to be dealing, with this shock, and this big change that's roaring in here. But you're going to be okay, You're going to see that this change is good, and you're going to become really passionate about it and really happy and excited. And that leads into the whole new year of what's going to happen after 2016. So I can't go into that because I haven't done that next year for you. All right, so on to new moon release and full moon gain. All right, alchemy. When alchemy appears, it shows that something you may consider ordinary has the potential to become something special. This card adds a touch of magic to those in closest proximity, so if you're using the story spread, pay particular attention to the cards that fall before and after. The alchemy card carries a reminder that you'll only get out of something what you put into it, but you already have the necessary ingredients to create something extraordinary. The seeker feels troubled by the implications of the calendar as they realize how much time has been spent pursuing their quest, with little thought about afterward. As they move away from the crowd to find refreshments, they are aware of their reluctance to return after the excitement of the kingdom. The lady seated beside them interrupts their thoughts. Let me mix you something special. From experience, the seeker recognizes her as a magical helper and confides in her. I shall miss it here. It's so different from where I came from. What makes you think you can't return, or that this world is truly much different from your own? The seeker contemplates her words while she carefully measures and blends various elements, until a burst of color escapes from the ordinary cup as it turns to gold. You only get out of something what you put into it. She smiles as she hands the cup to the seeker, but you have all the ingredients for a magical life. I feel like with this one, for the new moon, talking about releasing, I feel like it's releasing those self-doubts that you have, because this card talks about you having, all those things you need. You have all the ingredients to make this wonderful drink. But I think that, fear and self-doubt hold you back from being able to create that. So definitely during new moons, you definitely want to focus on releasing that self-doubt and that fear or worry, that you can't achieve these things, or you don't have the tools, because you do have the tools. So get rid of all that fear or anxiety or whatever. Get rid of the fear and release whatever is holding you back from that. All right. Your full moon card for things you want to focus on and gain during the full moon. Ladies' summer skirts are filled with flowers, trailed across the land, and the evening air is perfumed from garlands woven in her hair. Nature unfolds to bask in the sunlight, encouraging creatures into a hive of activity as growing crops are nurtured in readiness for the autumn harvest. Summer brings the warmest days and longest daylight hours as the sun reaches its peak and the earth blooms and blossoms in response. In ancient times, people celebrated the passages of the seasons as their existence was more reliant upon the natural rhythms and cycles of the land, particularly the sun for its life-giving properties of light and warmth. So the summer solstice, or midsummer, marked a time of great festivities. June was named in honor of Juno, Roman goddess of women and marriage, and still remains the most popular month of the year for weddings. When this card appears, it represents something blossoming and in its prime, reaching a pinnacle. Lady Summer brings cheerfulness and celebrations and the reminder to make hay whilst the sun shines. Together with the union card, it would strengthen the association of a wedding. For the Northern Hemisphere, this card covers a 3-month period from the 1st of June to the 31st of August when used as part of the timing system. So, this card is showing things blossoming and being surrounded by cheerful celebrations and stuff. So I think for the full moon, you should focus on getting out a little bit, being around others, you know, especially with, you know, your Nine of Cups card over here, you know, so surround yourself with others that make you feel loved, you know, that make you feel cherished, that make you feel good. Get out and do those things, do some activities, get involved with stuff, you know, focus on those things coming to be. And that is your year ahead 2016 spread. This was the longest reading I've ever done. Yeah, it's going to take a long time to upload this video, but I hope you liked it.